Good morning, guys. Well, it's a beautiful day. I mean, absolutely gorgeous after all the bad weather we've had all week long, which has played heck with me being able to work. We are finally kicking butt on some beautiful weather, so I'm going to go out and try and make a few bucks today. But I have something very special to show you, and it'll either be posted tonight, unless we go fishing, or it'll be posted tomorrow. We got our kayaks and the trailer's up and going, so we're going to be showing you some neat stuff. I think you're going to like it. Anyway, just a small update right before I get ready to head off to work. I'll add this onto the video with it. You guys tell me what you think. Alright, catch you in a little bit.
Hi everybody, it's fishing day with our new boats. Yes, we decided to go with the new Pursuits. He did the new canoe Pursuit and I did the new canoe Frontier. Until we can get everything situated on how we rigging everything up and get comfortable with it, we're going to have to try different methods. But I decided on the Frontier. Mainly because of this particular boat already was tagged and ready to get on the water with a trolling motor and a fish finder and everything. So I picked up that whole boat with everything on it for $2,000. The guys down at Proline were really nice. Give them a shout out. Sonny's a really nice guy. And we will see you on the water.
Big. First fish. I am no longer stunk for 2018. So, I don't know if you can hear this because I got it in the case, but here we go. There it goes. Evening, guys. How's your Sunday? Well, ours started off with a kicker. We picked up our kayaks on Friday. We were going to wait until this upcoming next week to pick them up, but kind of got antsy to get out on the water, if you know what I mean. We were going to try and go Saturday, but I mean, there was issues with it. There was things we had to get, and I still don't have those things worked out yet. We've got 2 anchor wizards that'll be here tomorrow sometime, so that'll take care of a big portion of that. Plus I'm ordering 4 of those stakeout poles. Now I found them on Amazon bulk for $40 for 4 of them, 8 feet tall. So it'll work out. Especially would have helped today where we went fishing, which was Spring Creek on Nasworthy. Since we hadn't been on the water in a kayak for a year and a half, plus, you know, when you first get a boat, it's a learning process. And learning these new canoes was something different, and I had to make adjustments. Just a heads up, if you do order those, the transom plate that I got, the screw holes were not big enough for the little screws that came with it. So I'd take a drill and kind of drill out a little bit more in order to get that transom plate to work properly. also, you know, some of the things like putting the seat together and the slide mount tray that we bought for both of them, you know, the bolts that came with them were actually too short. So those nuts are just held on by maybe 5 or 6 turns. So if I was to mount a fish rod holder to that and it was a good sized fish, it would probably rip the top of that thing off. So I've got to invest in some longer bolts so that you know, I can make sure that that net has enough to purchase. So kind of wore out. We fished from well, we got a late start because we had to get this, we had to get that. It was $20 in minnows. You believe that? 4 dozen minnows, $20. $20.
That's only because our last place closed down.
Oh.
They're cornering the market.
It doesn't. I mean, regardless. That's crazy, right? So I'm planning on picking up a throw net. I wasn't going to get it because it's $180, but you cannot hardly find a fine mesh minnow cast net. You can get seine nets all day long. In fact, I've got one, but I can't get some people to get in the water to help me get it. It's a two-man job, and it's a really great way to avoid the expense of having to buy these stinking minnows. When we finally caught the couple of bass, I didn't get any footage of it. They were just small ones, about like that. I did get footage of the crappie I caught. It was 9 inches, nothing to brag about. But it means that I am no longer skunked. So 2018, I finally got some fish. We're really well. As far as that pursuit, that boat was awesome. I love it. The only thing I have got to change with that is I am going to buy one of those boat extenders for the seat and raise that seat up another 6 inches. Well, actually, I think I'm going to raise it up about a foot. That boat's super stable. It'll take it. You can sit up nice and high. But, well, I got it because I do not like that low seat. I did love the 360 seat, though. Finally, when we got to the last place we were fishing, I had just turned that seat all the way to the side, threw my feet over the edge into the water. The water was nice and cool, so my feet stayed nice and cool the whole time, and I could cast out there and do everything I wanted to do. Man, it was nice. I enjoyed it. I was so comfortable. We did make a major mistake, a rookie mistake. It's been a long time since we actually were out on a boat, and we had all this new gear, all these rods ready to go, and so we threw everything in those boats but the kitchen sink. So on a boat that should have had a nice, clean, wide open deck with lots of room, it was cluttered. Man, I had 2 tackle boxes, a cooler, fish basket, minnow bucket, and then on top of that we had subpar anchors we were trying to deal with, so we could go out there, anchor out, and fish. And I told her, I said, you know, simplicity's the best. So from now on, maximum 3 rods. That's all I'm taking. I'm not going to take any more tackle boxes. Whatever I take, whatever fishing I'm going to do for that day. We have black packs now. We have 2 of them, one for her and one for me. Whatever tackle is going to be in the black pack only, and that's it. That's all we're taking. Of course, you got to make room for your vest. You got to make room for whatever else you might take, like the fish basket or. Anyway, we learned our lesson. Don't take all that gear. Take just what you need, because that black pack is plenty big enough to hold anything you might need for a short stay out on the lake for one day. I mean, if you're going camping, that's a different story, but you can leave most of your stuff locked up at the site and just take out whatever you need while you're on the water. Uh, and to be honest with you, I knew that, but new boat, I wanted to make sure I had everything I wanted out there on the water, and well, that was stupid because it really cost me in the long run. In fact, trying to situate everything, I lost a rod. So it was an expensive lesson. Anyway, admit it. There you go, rookie mistake. But we're learning, and the more we get used to the boats, the better it's going to be, the better the footage is going to be. I actually have a GoPro 6 on the way. I finally pulled the trigger. My wife says my butthole is about as tight as frogs when it comes to spending money. And it is. I mean, who wants to just throw out money, especially when you're talking $400 for a camera? You want to make darn sure you get what you want. Now, I looked at the Garmin Verb. I looked at the Sony FDX 3000. And really, the front runner was the Sony because of the watch remote control. I can get a remote control for the GoPro 6. But I really like the one that came with the Sony. I mean, it was really nice. It was on a wristband and everything. Plus, the camera footage from when they were doing a side-by-side comparison with the GoPro 6, the Sony won big time. But anyway, so there you go. Hopefully the footage will improve, the videos will improve, and our time out on the lake will improve if I finally have a fish to show you. And unfortunately, it's just one. I didn't get the two bass. So anyway, guys, hope your Sunday was productive and you